I spied in a forest of psychedelic trees, the figure of a haunted goddess, upon which my eyes did seize, her bare feet and bare breast. I stared through and paused the freeze. A bluish light around her glowed. I felt the sudden grip of my disease. Man, the intruder of her abode, so long since had stolen her keys. I came to this place to plunder what I could claim within. Little did I know that I was to find the answer to all man's sin. The thick and lucid air was heavy with pagan scent. I quietly crouched to watch a scene that no man was ever meant. There behind her in full bloom was the tree of life. Upon her hand no wedding ring, for she was no man's wife, possessed by earth, dancing with sin, wild with spirit, untamed by men. The wisdom of the forest watched with me this oddity of woman that I did see. She was not the woman that man knows now, entirely changed. I did not know how her breasts were moons and all the worlds within, glistening with drops of hair on her lucent skin. I saw the light of Venus in her radiant eyes. She sang a song of nature that I did not recognize. Silence was nature's refrain, but this I could not hear. The constant echo in my head quickly turned to fear. As she sang I began to hear something ever so faint, an echo of the whisper once hummed by some old forgotten saint. But there it was, a sound my hardened heart could not taint. Upon the canvas of mine ear the spirits began to paint. The earth's voice rose wrought with painful moan, one that I had not heard before as it set the haunted tone. The fire on the altar crackled loud, not merely there for heat, it snapped and popped wildly so and quickly set the beat. The water flowed in two babbling streams with nature's voices in them. They joined in aria, bringing forth the rapturous rhythm. The wind toyed with the chimes to ring in the hopeful melody. And all the worlds did compose this nature's symphony, a single thrust of ecstasy. She had me mesmerized. One more sultry pulse and I was hypnotized. Behind the rock I sat there in my dumbfound trance. Transfixed I was upon her wild orgasmic dance. She danced as if her body could barely hold her in. She danced with the angels and devils. She danced as if spirits were in her veins. She danced as if she knew the pain of death. She danced as if possessed by shadows. She danced as if the air hid her lovers. She danced as if lecherous Pan had bewitched her. She danced as if she were born to fire. She danced like a poem of Ovid. She danced like her soul was bound for Elysium. She danced as if she did not know man. She danced as if she were the light that could not die, and danced into the night. It was near the end of my long day. She had not paused to look my way. I felt as if she knew I was hiding there. A wordless message from the god she chose and to share. This vivacious priestess, she would never fear. She seemed not to mind that I quietly watched her near, but as I boldly stepped out into the light, she continued with her dance of night. I yearned to do the dance with her and could wait no more. I wanted to take her then and there, to feel my serpent roar. But she did not seem to care nor pay me any mind. Something deep inside of her was scorn to all my kind. I was perplexed. Why would she not dance with me? I was man. So how in heaven could this be? I stood some time as if I were too proud, but soon I cowered and then I humbly bowed. This hallowed scene, for me it was time I go. A bit of an ancient secret I had come to know. This consecrated temple was no place for men, at the least the kind of man that I had been. I looked the final time to catch her one brief stare. Her body only clothed with long dark flowing hair, silver tears that wet the cheek upon her face so fair. Something told me she wished I'd stay, and so I left her there. I knew too well the ways of men, and so I do not dare. I only would adulterate her sacred dance, and this I could not bear. So I turned and walked to the other side of the horizon from where I had come. The conquests of fire in this one man's soul becoming tame to numb. I reconciled that there was not one to whom I could confess that I had watched the sacred dance of the Bohemian Priestess,